let me tell you, the governor is planning on relaxing the stay-at-home order for parts of the state, the upper parts of the state, the upper peninsula and part of Traverse City. I don't have any problem with that, but it's the Memorial Day weekend coming up. And let me tell you, I wish we were set free here. From what I saw on Friday night, when I was out cruising the streets Friday and Saturday night, there ain't no stay-at-home order in Detroit anyway. So many young people were out hanging out. So many people were out hanging out of all ages and all races. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost nonsensical. I hope this thing doesn't come back on us. I support our governor. I'm not willing to call her Big Gretch yet. That's kind of disrespectful, kind of entertaining, but I support our governor, but I don't think people are paying much sense to the stay-at-home order, except for the businesses. Part of her relaxing the order is going to allow bars and restaurants to open up to some sort of degree up there. And frankly, when she does it down here, I don't know if I'm going back to a bar or restaurant. I'm not sure about this disease. I'm not sure when I'm going to hang out again. So it's a hard decision. I think people are going to decide with their feet. I've talked to a lot of friends in Atlanta. They're booming. One of my neighbors actually flies down to Atlanta, parties, goes to Lenox Mall, does all this craziness, and then comes back here. It's a healthy young man having a ball. I told him I'm living vicariously through him. So I don't know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I do know we need to support our governor and what she's doing. I think it's saving us. I think we do need to look into the percentage of the deaths, overall COVID-19 death count that came from nursing homes. That data is starting to become clear, and it's painting a little bit different picture than what we've seen before. So anyway, I'm a little bit old to be hanging out in the streets. I got a guy that's coming with me, that hangs out in the street, but works in the streets. He's my main man, the super toe guy, Lavish T. Williams, and we're going to bring him on right now.
Do you hear me?
Now I can hear you. There's my main man.
Good.
Man, people don't realize, but you're known all over the place. We go to take a vehicle. Look at that. You see how ghetto I am? Anyway, we go to take a vehicle into Bob Maxey to service. And, usually I get treated like a king. And so the guy comes up, "What's up, man?" I go to stick him on. He says, "Not you, him. Everybody knows you and not me, Lavish." That's tripped out to me, but you're all over the place. It's particularly about your car and bike event, your towing, your car wash. You're an exemplary young man that is doing amazing stuff.
Thanks.
So what is going on out here in the streets, Lavish?
I mean, everybody's trying to stay safe.
Come on now. I saw Friday and Saturday night, Lavish.
What happened?
Your peoples were out hanging on Fridays and Saturdays. Come on, man.
Hey, listen, I don't know what they were doing, but I know what I wasn't doing. Yeah.
Well, let's start with your tow business and then get back to the people in the streets.
Okay.
You once explained to me years ago about the whole repo business. Are you seeing that pick up now, or is that basically dead during COVID-19?
Well, it's never going to be dead. I don't think people are as active repossessing cars at the moment. Some of the finance companies that deals with sending the repos out kind of put a hold on that just because of the pandemic or whatnot. But then you also have others that they didn't. They will and are continuing with business, everyday business. I'm not so much into the repossession side of it, the towing side of it. It just fits me a little bit better.
So how is the towing side going during this crisis?
Believe it or not, I'm staying busy. It was pretty slow when it first happened because pretty much everybody was scared. There were no vehicles on the road, so it wasn't nobody to tow. Within the last 2 weeks, the number increased. And I've been moving every day. I have 4 trucks out constantly back to back every day. the last 2 weeks. So I definitely see a increase in traffic and activity out here on the roads. And I mean, the world is not even back up to full speed. So
Michigan is still on lockdown, and you're seeing increased traffic on the roads.
correct.
This is the point I'm trying to make, that I don't know how many people are really paying attention to this thing.
I think they're paying attention to it, but I also think that a lot of people are scared of losing
Scared of losing what?
everything they built, everything they worked, financials. Um, everybody's lifestyle and everybody's income is different. So you got a lot of people that they can't depend on Section 8 and aid and all those other programs. Small business owners, they don't qualify for those grants and loans. It just sounds good, you know, coming from the media. Hey, apply for these grants, these loans, and we're going to
So
help.
do you know anybody that's gotten the PPP grant from the government? I mean, the loan from the government?
Personally, absolutely not.
Did you apply for it? Did you have employees? You have trucks? You have all this stuff?
Me, I didn't even apply for it. No, I didn't. I didn't.
But then again, you've been rolling anyway. You just been rolling.
It's been not as busy, but it's been productive. It's been productive to the point where I didn't I didn't do it. I didn't need to. Yeah.
So Lavish, Friday and Saturday nights, I was out. Okay, I went out for a drive, and East Jefferson was packed. I mean, literally packed with people all the way from Connor to downtown. It was just packed. Now, maybe it's because we have those darn bike lanes, which shrink the amount of traffic flow, but it was crowded on the streets.
Horrible idea. I don't even know who thought of that. I mean, horrible idea.
I give you a hint. He's short and he's Caucasian and he's your mayor. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think that's chaos. Taking a wide street, making it a lot smaller, but constantly increasing residents and business in those areas. It's a headache and chaos. You're slowing up traffic. You get somebody in front of you moving slow. I'm not for it. I'm really against that stuff. You got a street that was once this wide for all my life. That's, you know, a 2-lane road. I don't like it. So that does make traffic look as if it's way more than it is.
Your car wash is south of I-96, I-696 on Livernois. So
96, not 696.
96 and Livernois. Okay, it's south of there. Has it really, really made it more congested on Livernois in your area? I'm not over there all the time.
Well, in my area, no.
Okay.
If you're going up near the Fashion District, if you're up 7 Mile Livernois down to 8 Mile Livernois, yes, it's.
Well, the Avenue of Fashion is a whole different story, man. That is absolute madness what they've done to that area between 6 and 8, basically. I don't like how they trimmed it down. They just, ugh, it bothers me.
I don't like it either, but that's just my own personal opinion. I think with all the space that's over there to make a sidewalk, you know, that wide, what's the purpose? I mean, do they plan on having constant block parties over there? I don't agree. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, now it's just 1 lane traffic over there. The parking, I think that the design could have been a lot better. I think they could have horizontally made parking spots versus parallel parking spots. The lanes to park if you got an SUV, you got to hope no one hits your mirror because the parking spots are only like this wide. So,
Well, let's go back to the crowds that are out at night and around. Okay.
Right.
Have you noticed that while you've been picking up cars, or am I just tripping and I'm really not seeing what I'm seeing?
You have crowds out. You have crowds out. You know, people. I mean, You're not going to keep them. They're not going to sit still. That's just that. I mean, you're talking about, we're going back all the way to March. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of people that's scared, not really knowing what's going on. We're gonna sit down. Then you got April come along, people still sitting in the house. Now we're in the May. People, they're not just gonna keep sitting around and feel like prisoners in their own house. I mean, they're not. I won't say that they want to go out here to intentionally catch something, but you're not gonna keep people housed for that long and not expect them to go out in nice weather. It's just not going to happen.
And they didn't seem to be acting up. They just seemed to be hanging out. I mean, there was didn't seem to be no crime going on. They were just hanging out, being loud, and no social distancing.
Well, I mean, we can sit at home and we can constantly talk about what we should be doing, what other people are not doing. But when you're not in the home setting and you're actually out, you can't say what you will and what you won't do. I mean, you're constantly around people every day, then everything comes to a halt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, almost 3 months in, you haven't seen him, you haven't pretty much socialized with anybody besides, via phone, text, or video. So when you get outside these people, you still, in the back of your mind, you got this pandemic going on, but you don't know how to interact with these people no more. You're so used to giving a handshake or a hug, and then you stop halfway. You're so used to doing certain movements. It's hard to kind of break that, especially when you've been locked down in your house and you see one of your friends. It's like, hey, do I shake your hand? Do I pause, air dap? You kind of get caught up in the moment. And a lot of people really don't realize that. So when you see a video of that and you say, well, they're not social distancing, and they might not be. I don't think they're just everyone. I don't think they're purposely trying to be all up in someone's face, but it's just a forced habit. It's a forced habit. And that's just my opinion. That's my take on it.
We're going to have great weather this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Great weather.
I agree.
Predict Detroit for me this weekend.
I think people are going to be human. I think they're going to be human. I don't think that a lot of people are going to be foolish, but I think a lot of people are going to try to enjoy themselves and make the best out of the situation. Like I say, you got nice weather. I mean, the world pretty much came to a halt out of nowhere. We wasn't ready for it. I know I wasn't. And you got seeing their families and relatives and that. I mean, it's only so much a person is going to stop doing for so long. Not saying that it's right, not saying that it's wrong. It's just my opinion.
Let's move fast forward to this summer.
All right.
You have one of Detroit's signature events. You have a car and bike show that has grown to just huge proportions. Have you thought about what you're going to do this summer, in the summer of COVID-19?
I haven't thought too in depth, only because I'm worried about the safety of people first and foremost. I'm trying to see what happens in the world, with the government, and see if anything changes between now and then. I do plan to move forward with the car and bike show, depending on how the world is. I don't want to subject different people in one area and it's harmful, or they haven't contained this COVID stuff. I don't want to do that, but I do think that I want to play a part in bringing people together to have something to be happy about and enjoy something for a moment, because we're not enjoying anything right now.
That's what I loved about your events. You had a bunch of Black, white, Hispanic, everybody bringing their cars and their bikes down to the West Riverfront, having a ball, man. No problems, no nothing. It was a utopian thing where all races, creeds, and colors came together just to party over the car and bike culture in Detroit. Nothing
Absolutely.
hoity-toity, just the real thing. And I thought it was beautiful. You know,
Absolutely.
I hope you can figure a way to pull it off this year. I don't know that you can.
Yeah, that's definitely in the works. To pull it together. I mean, everybody has a great time, and it's like when you can bring so many different ages, races, genders together, and it's no problem, and they leave feeling happy, feeling good. It makes me happy. It definitely makes me happy. It makes me feel good that I can do that and get that reaction from people.
All right. Lavish, is there anything you want to leave us with? Since you're out there on the streets, you're doing your thing, and you're a positive young African American man, just so positive, got your businesses going. Man, you're an inspiration to me, man.
Well, thanks. I mean, if I had to say anything, I'll tell anybody out there that's trying to do something, follow their dreams, follow their goals and their passion. Um, what works for someone else might not work for you. Keep your ambitions and your goals, together. You know, as I said, follow your heart. And for me personally, why I got this platform to speak, I want to tell anybody that's out there, if you ever need any towing services, you make sure you call Lavish Towing. I'm definitely going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that, Lavish Towing, I like to say that I am a premier towing company in the city, constantly growing. I'm still growing. I'm building, catering to everybody in the metropolitan area. If you want to reach me, you can reach me direct at 313-463-0017. I'm on all social medias. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Lavish Towing. Everything is Lavish Towing. If you can't remember the number and you're thinking about towing, hey, you can just Google Lavish Towing and it will pop up. Phone number, location, address. And if you ever need of a car wash, a detail, carpet cleaning, you definitely can reach me for that as well. I'm located 8843 Livernois. That's right there, Livernois and Droy Road, south of I-96 in Detroit. Everything I do is in Detroit. So I'm Detroit based and I plan on staying Detroit based. So, come out and support me.
All right, Lavish. I want to thank you for joining me today. I thank you for helping us all wake up and showing us that they're extremely positive young African American men.